food poisoning, like a scream in the dark tearing me violently from a dream, the exhortation to finally put this down on paper. I crash into my apartment, drop my coat to the floor, and skitter, still drunk, towards the kitchen table. I know that I have to begin right here and now at 5:15 a.m. at least to make a start, if I am ever to crawl up out of this perdition. With a clean sweep of my right hand, I clear a mess of mail and half-read magazines from the tabletop, grab for my computer with my left, and begin to write. Disinterred, exhumed, hauled up from such an early grave comes the writer I had all but abandoned, here to type out the opening line. When did you know you were dead? The writer who has held silent all these years, sticking to the shadows of shame and fear, the writer who has watched the other players wear themselves out running amok, the psychic eye is now coming into her legacy. Who else has the dominion and tenacity to accept the many months of solitude which will be required to perform this commission? Only the writer. Only the writer can tell the story of our life and your sorry death. The priest, the painter, the soprano I might have been don't have it in them. Only the writer. The significance of the day's date has opened like a portal onto mania, the phantasmagoric nature of its revelation materializing before me on that lonely neon crucifix, driving me into a frenzy of desperation, contrition, and rage. And what is there to be gained now, after all this time? Am I hoping to perform some act of penance here on the page? I can't answer. I simply sit and write. I give myself over. I turn inwards and try to remember the first time I saw you, back when you were just one in a multitude of sweat-streaked golden boys. I write straight through to lunchtime, when the drugs and alcohol finally wear off, leaving only a headache. I go to my room around 1 p.m. and take out the cachet of letters from under my mattress, only to find my eyes are too sore to read them. Frustrated, exhausted, I throw myself into bed, but I don't undress. I don't even draw the curtains. I simply sink into the low light of a room which never fully catches the sun to snatch some rest, though I know I won't really be able to sleep until this is finished, until it is all out and down and staring back at me. As I doze, I dream of council tower blocks being dynamited, collapsing down into ascending clouds of hot, grey smoke. In my dream, I'm watching from a safe distance, but still I am afraid, and I say so, out loud, from my sleep. Above my body, across the street, a neighbour flings open a window, and the sun's momentary reflection on the glass lights up the bedroom like a camera flash. I snap awake, startled and disorientated, so confused by my lack of sleep that for a few seconds upon waking, I believe that I am back in London, that I am coming to on that irreversible afternoon 4 years ago when I woke up alone and found out that you were dead. Only this time, I somehow know what has happened instinctively, without having to be told. Briefly, I believe that I have been woken by a pythonic vision. Slowly I sit up, ragged and bemused. The letters fall from my bed, casting my eyes about the room, only very gradually understanding where I am. Then I begin to panic. I don't know how long I've slept. I'm terrified that I've lost the whole of this precious day. I scramble about on the floor looking for the alarm clock, and am desperately relieved when I see that it is only 1:45 p.m. I have barely dented sleep. It is still today, thank God. It is still the 29th of February. Nauseous, dehydrated, and sore, I return to the kitchen. I spread out your letters on the table and begin to work again on this book, this exertion, this panegyric. It is for you, just for you, Liebling. Happy birthday. 1. You are infamous. Even before we met, you held space in my imagination. You appeared out of nowhere. You came into view fully formed like that old Joan Baez ballad, and just like that you were everywhere, a hyper-object. I saw you at parties, at openings, on the runway modelling for a mutual friend in his last season before he got the big job in Paris, plodding in the way that you did. How could I
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.